Life often feels like a constant storm of emotions, personalities, and dramas that swirl around us in daily interactions. Whether in family disputes, workplace politics, friendships, or even casual encounters with strangers, we are surrounded by people projecting their fears, insecurities, and hidden desires. Many of us react impulsively, pulled into this drama without realizing the cost. Drained energy, fractured focus, and a restless mind. Yet there exists a timeless principle, what might be called the law of observation, that can transform the way we engage with others. By cultivating the ability to watch people calmly and strategically rather than being swept up by their emotions, we free ourselves from unnecessary turmoil and step into a more powerful, balanced way of living. Human beings are naturally wired to respond emotionally. Evolution demanded it. Survival often hinged on quick reactions. If a threat appeared, there was no time for slow analysis. But while these instincts served our ancestors well against predators, they often betray us in modern life. Today, the predators we face are not lions but words. Insults, disagreements, gossip, or the subtle manipulations of others. Reacting emotionally to these situations usually worsens them. Anger sparks anger, defensiveness breeds defensiveness, and before long, conflicts escalate into full-blown battles. The law of observation shifts this paradigm. Instead of leaping into reaction, it teaches us to pause and watch. Imagine you are standing on the edge of a river. The water flows past, sometimes calm, sometimes turbulent. Your role is not to dive in but to observe its patterns. People's words, tones, and actions are like that river. If you learn to watch without drowning in it, you gain insight. You begin to see not only what is being said but why it is being said, the fears, the motives, the insecurities beneath the surface. This shift from reactor to observer is profoundly liberating. Drama may seem harmless, even entertaining at times, but it carries hidden costs. Think about how often arguments leave you restless at night, replaying conversations in your head. Consider how workplace politics drain your energy, distracting you from meaningful work. Reflect on how emotional entanglements in friendships or family can consume days of your life, leaving you stressed and exhausted. The truth is simple. Unnecessary drama siphons away the very resources you need: clarity, energy, and time. Those who master the law of observation understand this truth. They refuse to give their energy to petty quarrels or the endless cycle of emotional reaction. They see drama for what it is: a performance, often unconscious, staged by people trying to mask their own struggles. By watching calmly, they conserve their strength for higher pursuits. They maintain composure when others lose theirs, and this composure itself becomes a quiet form of power. The greatest gift of becoming a strategic observer is clarity. Most people present masks to the world, faces carefully constructed to hide vulnerabilities. The aggressive coworker may, in fact, be deeply insecure. The gossiping friend may crave attention and feel invisible. The domineering boss may be terrified of losing control. When you engage emotionally, you only see the mask. But when you step back into observation, you begin to see the person beneath. This is not about judgment. It is about understanding. To observe people calmly is to notice patterns in their speech, their body language, and the contradictions between their words and actions. Over time, you become fluent in the subtle language of human behavior. You see not only what people do, but why they do it. And once you grasp the why, you are no longer surprised, offended, or manipulated. You are prepared. Observation, when combined with patience, gives rise to strategy. Consider a game of chess. The player who reacts impulsively to every move usually loses. The master, by contrast, studies the board, predicts possibilities, and chooses responses with care. Life mirrors this principle. Every interaction is a move on the board. If you watch people closely without rushing to react, you anticipate their next moves. You gain the strategic advantage. For example, instead of clashing head-on with a difficult coworker, the observer waits, studies patterns, and chooses the perfect moment to respond, or sometimes chooses not to respond at all. Instead of falling into the trap of gossip, the observer listens, learns what others value or fear, and then uses that knowledge wisely. In this way, observation transforms not only relationships but also outcomes. It elevates you from participant in drama to architect of strategy. Beyond practical benefits, the law of observation fosters a profound inner transformation. When you stop reacting emotionally to everything around you, you discover a surprising calmness. Your mind no longer races with agitation, and your energy no longer scatters in 100 directions. You learn the art of stillness, the ability to remain centered even when chaos surrounds you. This inner calm has ripple effects. People are instinctively drawn to those who do not lose themselves in storms. Your presence becomes grounding. Others sense your composure and respect it. Where most people speak too quickly, you pause. Where others panic, you remain steady. In time, this calm becomes your identity. You are no longer a prisoner of emotions, but their master. The path to becoming a strategic observer is not instantaneous. It is a practice. It begins with awareness. The next time you feel yourself being pulled into drama, pause, take a breath, ask yourself, what is really happening here? What is this person trying to express or hide? Resist the urge to respond immediately. Listen more than you speak. Watch not only words but gestures, tone, and silences. Over weeks and months, this practice sharpens your perception. You start noticing subtleties you missed before. The way someone avoids eye contact when lying, the slight tremor in a voice when someone is insecure, the repeated phrases that reveal obsession or fear. Each observation becomes a tool, a piece of information you can use to navigate the social world with intelligence rather than impulse. The ultimate reward of this law is freedom. When you stop letting others' emotions dictate your state of mind, you reclaim control over yourself. You no longer feel exhausted by drama because you no longer step into it. Instead, you watch it unfold like a play on stage, learning from it without being consumed. This does not mean becoming cold or detached from life. On the contrary, it allows you to engage more meaningfully. Free from being enslaved by reactions, you can choose how to respond with wisdom and compassion. You can offer genuine help rather than getting lost in arguments. You can maintain focus on your goals without being derailed by distractions. The law of observation is more than a strategy. It is a way of life. It transforms you from a restless participant in the endless drama of human affairs into a calm, strategic observer who understands people deeply and responds wisely. In practicing it, you conserve your energy, sharpen your perception, and cultivate inner stillness. Over time, you discover that freedom is not about controlling others. It is about mastering yourself. And mastery begins with the simple yet profound choice to observe, rather than react. By embracing this law, you become not only calmer but also stronger. You trade impulsive reaction for thoughtful strategy, chaos for clarity, and exhaustion for power. In a world where most people are pulled endlessly into drama, you stand apart, not as a passive bystander, but as an active, deliberate creator of your own path.
Understand.